Hello and welcome to Beer Babies.
Hey everybody, more audio issues on this one. I've done my best to salvage it, but this one does sound a little rough, but it was a great episode, so I still wanted to put it up. Please enjoy.
The podcasting journey where we try and find the best beer money can buy. As always, I'm not always your host, but as always today I am. And I'm joined by Declan.
Yep, you're joined by me. I'm Declan. I don't like a lot of beer.
And you're also joined by me, Will, who likes some beers. And Billy, today it was your turn to buy the beer, and you've gone out and done something a little bit special. Billy, what's going on today?
So I've been a little bit of a sneaky bastard. And my thought is, oh, by the way, I like a lot of beers. So
if you can say that at the end of the episode, Billy, I'll be impressed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good point. All right, Will makes a good point. Like on this podcast, as you know, we don't like a lot of dark beers. They're normally not our pick, and I feel a little bit bad. I've had these waking up in cold sweats, and I'm like, oh, we've just really shit on that dark beer, and it's not 100% fair.
For good reason, though.
Potentially, I've got a solution for that, though, Declan. If we pit a couple of dark beers up together, and then we say one is better than the other, or in this case we've got three, so we've got gold, silver and bronze, everyone wins. Every dark beer places. And then that way we can at least say that out of the beers we tested, this is the one we'd recommend, even though we don't drink it that regularly. And I think it's kind of beautiful, guys.
But Billy, I think it was
Don't shit on my story.
potentially a missed opportunity.
Is this the dark beer special?
What we should have done, it's
Special.
It's the dark
Beer.
it's not getting that title.
Oh, okay.
special.
But maybe we probably should have talked about this before the episode, but it would have been cool
actually
to go back and buy a bunch of the old dark beers that we've tried
And shit on them
and
again.
then put them up against each other instead of three very eclectic dark beers.
Well, look, when we're brainstorming off camera, we can talk about that, okay? But for today, what I've done, actually, I'll talk about the beers that I brought. So I went very broad range. We've got an international beer, which is from Czech Republic. It's called that, and it's got a big old goat on it. Now, I'm known for not doing much research, but for these beers, I did literally none apart from where they're from. But I did do a lot of research on what dark beers are.
Yep.
It's one or the other for me.
So, do you want Deck to start pouring while you prattle on?
No, I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
So that's our international beer. We've also got James Squire. Now, this is an Australian beer. So, kudos. I used that wrong. And we've also got New Zealand beer because we love our state of New
Isn't
Zealand.
that technically international as well?
It is, but it's like next to Australia, so work with me, Declan, not against me. Declan, can you please open these dark beers? I think they're all pop tops. So today, Declan, I've got this for you,
Thanks for putting it in frame.
and it's got a bottle opener on it. So
Billy, where did you get this?
that's a funny story. I made that, Declan.
Oh, wow, Billy, you made
I'm
this?
very good with my hands.
This is really cool.
Such a natural plug. I didn't mean to plug this work. You can also get it from my Etsy account. They're $999.
Cool.
99 cents. Continue. While you're doing that, Declan, I've got some facts about dark beers to kind of bring you guys to the dark side, as it were.
Did you do this whole episode so you could say that you're going to bring us to the dark side?
That was just off the top of my head. I was gonna say like dark, I had a lot of themes I was gonna go with, but I decided against them all because they mostly involve voices, and I hate doing voices. Anyway, so Will, do you know what makes a dark beer?
I want to guess it's something to do with the type of malt.
It can be. So it really comes down to, well, obviously you've got the barley, wheat, oats, have you for a beer, but it really comes down to how much they're roasted. The longer they're roasted, the darker the beer, and obviously with dark beers you get a heavier flavour, which is probably why we're not the biggest fan of these beers, because they're very intense flavours. But did you know that there's health benefits? That there is health benefits
Pause for dramatic effect.
with dark beers. Did you know that?
Pause for a clean cut. So Declan, we need to make sure we keep these in order, so we remember which is which.
Yes, please keep track of the beers.
So that's the.
That one's not even that.
So the
dark.
first is the black. Second is the Coles.
So I put that in front of my one,
Oh, the
Yeah.
rest of it.
and then this last one is the James
Yeah.
Squire.
And
Yeah.
we've got one more glass. Anyway, did you guys know?
How's this gonna work?
Where's the other glass gone? Anyway, let's just start with these, and then we'll
Let's
work.
start with
Okay.
these. All right, we'll start with these two.
So the black first.
Anyway, no, you can taste it. Drink away. So health benefits.
Ooh.
So beer isn't really generally that healthy, but apparently there's a lot of antioxidants, and you know that's good for you. Do you taste the antioxidants?
I've definitely had worse dark beers.
Which beer are we drinking first?
The New
The
Zealand
black.
one.
The black, the New Zealand beer.
Yeah.
What do you think, Will?
It's not too bad. It's quite mild for a dark beer.
Yeah.
What type of beer is it, Billy?
Porter?
I'm gonna come straight out the bat.
No, actually, I don't know.
I've had worse dark beers before.
Yeah, I think I had a quick squiz and it wasn't. I think
It's not clear.
this one is not particularly high in alcohol content. There's like
It's 1.4. It is
1.4 standard drinks.
standard drinks. Yeah.
Yeah, so what? It's like 5% or something.
Well,
4.5.
No, because it's a smaller bottle. It's 5.2.
So
So we was right.
Was that you saying
So what
sorry?
what I'm saying is, you're fucking right, alright?
Yeah.
You're a
So
beer baby.
But
You love
the
it.
interesting thing about this beer is it's 99% sugar free.
well, that's really something. I think that
Did you want this bottle?
I wanted to have a look at the bottle to try and find out what beer it is. Because it's not particularly strong in alcohol. It says here it's 5.2%. Or is that?
No. What are you saying, Will? Are you saying that dark beers are normally stronger in alcohol?
I think that's a bit of a misnomer.
It is, and stop stealing my research.
So yeah, just because it's a dark beer doesn't mean it's strong. But I think
You're absolutely right.
the lower alcohol content in this is actually making it a bit more mild,
A bit more palatable.
Yeah, so it doesn't have that. So sometimes your strong 10% like stouts and stuff like that will have really big hit of alcohol. This one you're not getting that at all.
No.
You can hardly taste the alcohol.
Does it taste a little like do you know when you suck on a coin and you get that kind of, or blood, that iron taste?
No, I don't know
I
that at all.
don't suck on coins very regularly, Billy.
You remember, you know what I'm talking about,
But
though.
you love your money.
Yeah.
Money. My money. It's always, because I've got so much of it.
Every
so I
time you
can't
get a
coin.
new customer or something, you just sucking on that money they give you.
Yeah.
Well, work at a bank.
Just no matter how many letters you get to tell
Imagine
them
if
to
you
stop.
did work at a bank though, you'd be just putting coins in your mouth. Don't put your coins in the coin exchange. Just let me open my mouth and I'll
Yeah.
count it.
Look, there are some weird people that do some weird things. I'm not saying I'm not one of those people, but I don't suck on coins. Okay, let's move on to our next beer.
The Coles.
We're going full international. We're not just across the pond now to New Zealand.
So what type of beer is this one, Billy? Well, we have a little taste.
I don't know. It's dark beer.
You just keep going to say porter.
Well, this one was a little hard because it's not in English.
Oh, that's never stopped you. This is again interesting. Interesting
I'm not
flavour.
gonna lie,
I'm guessing.
Billy's kind of hit it out of the park with his dark beers because I usually freaking hate anything that's a dark beer.
That is actually very tasty.
I think the key so far has been mild.
Yeah.
Very, very mild. Where are we sitting alcohol-wise on that one, Bill?
Does it say?
Alcohol content is 3.8%.
Jesus.
That's weak.
That's very weak.
No
Yeah.
wonder why it's drinkable.
But no, Czech are known for their beers. This is a
So-
non-surprise to me. A non-surprise.
A non-surprise.
It's a non-surprise to me that this
Hey.
beer is delicious.
Hey, you know surprises? This is a
This is a
non-surprise.
non-surprise.
This none surprises me either, guys.
Yeah, this is very, very mild. So far, we haven't had particularly strong
Yeah, I
flavour.
was expecting one of those videos where I'm just making a lot of bad faces.
A lot of wincing.
Yeah, I was like,
Maybe, yeah, okay. Maybe I should have done these individually, done a little bit more research on the companies for a bit more of a shout out. But so far we're winning. We've got one more beer to taste, boys.
Better finish one of
We
these
do.
so we can.
I don't know where it is.
It's right here.
That's right. James Squire. I'm hoping this one sucks.
There's a clean
It's
glass.
a porter. It says on
Hey, I'm pretty sure that one's a stout.
So Billy,
That one.
you were
That one reeks of
inspired by
nasties.
our previous
Yep.
disdain for dark beers. Is there anything you can put your finger on as to like why we don't like dark beers?
Well, I think it's just the over intensity of flavors. It's a burn. Sometimes they roast it more. They burn the wheat, oats, barley, whatever it is,
The water.
the water more, and it gives you like toffee and chocolate aromas, and it's probably just not a fit.
And caramel.
And coffee.
Bit of caramel.
They say all these things, but it just usually just tastes like burnt.
And they always do, like you said, dark beer doesn't have to be alcoholic, but a lot of them are quite strong. And if that's another factor as well, we know we don't like extremely strong beers.
All of the strong beers that I've drank in the past have been dark beers. Like the strongest one I can think of.
Can you remember the dark?
Beer.
Oh no, sorry. Let's do that again. The strong.
Beer.
Special. I do remember that. Like it was only yesterday. And I think that I think the stronger sort of coffee flavors sorts of things will help to mask the sharp alcohol sort of taste. So potentially that sort of.
Do you think that's why they do it?
I think it could be.
I have a really stupid theory that is definitely not true, but I think
Lay it on me.
because these are such a full-bodied, very intense flavor, no one's going to want to drink that for a big period. So they're like, well, let's jack up the alcohol, give the guys something to write home about. So, because you can't drink a big session of these. They're very strong. You might have one or two, but you're like, oh, if they're only like 4%, like what's the point? But they're normally like 8%, and they just get you loaded faster. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well.
You were reading.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know you were talking. So there's a tasting note on the bottle here.
Yeah, I knew that.
That says on the James Squire Jack of Spades. It says on the side here, a tasting note for those who like to take a punt on something unique. This brews roasted barley and long matured delivery of a dark complex porter. So it's got on the bottom here a little scale of 0 to 7, 0 being quench and savour being 7, and this is a 6. So this is one you're supposed to kick back and take your time with.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was just
So far, this is probably my least favourite of the three.
only just though. That I still think that's quite a good beer.
I think you did a good job of just getting sort of three very unremarkable sort of beers, Billy.
As in the black dark category, they're a bit unremarkable, but
I couldn't. Yeah, but like if you poured these into a glass, I couldn't tell you the difference between any of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think New Zealand
maybe
one-
the first one. Yeah, so the black and the porter, I think, are probably the most different. The Kozel in the middle,
That just
the
tasted
Czech
like
one.
nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That one didn't taste.
Declan, close your
like
eyes and drink from this fresh bottle I just got. Does it even taste like a dark beer? Like, does it? Do you think you're drinking a dark beer? Or is it just a normal beer?
Well, I know it's dark beer.
Yeah, well,
Suspend your disbelief, Declan,
No.
for 1 second.
No,
too
it does.
reality.
Okay, so it does have slight. Like the flavors are there. They're just not a lot of it.
all right.
It wants to be there, but it's just not giving us its all.
I think if this is a fail-win situation, so look, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to
What's a fail-win situation?
Well, it kind of worked, it kind of didn't. So
Yeah.
Okay.
if you want to see more of these episodes where we actually just compare 2 or more beers and just tell you which one we'd recommend out of that, let us know, because I would love to grab some more dark beers, because this actually, in my mind, was actually surprising.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, and I think this. This has inspired me to go back to some of those dark beers. I think, like you said, this is a good way to actually review them. Like something that we know aren't our favourite, So when you put them in a line together, it really sort of helps with that perspective and to sort of to contextualize it. So you, instead of being like, oh wow, I really like that grapefruit sour, and now we're going to this strong dark chocolatey beer.
Yeah, it's different perspective.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the idea of lining up a few, I definitely like to hit some of the, like I know that some of the like Aussie craft beer places do some crazy sours, dark beers.
They're so dark this
The Ulverston, what's theirs called? The Wolf something.
Beaconsfield Gold.
Yeah,
They do a really dark beer. I tried to get that one, but I would have to go
Didn't try
with
hard enough.
Beaconsfield.
And Declan, you bought a really tasty. Was it a porter? The from the Iron House, the honey. I think so.
Yeah, that wasn't bad actually.
You didn't know it was a dark beer, though, did you?
Nope.
Surprise, surprise.
And sometimes it's those little surprises in life that bring you the most joy.
Anyway, this time for our rating system, I'm going to wrap things up a little bit differently. I'm just going to do a gold, silver, and bronze. Everyone's a winner. Everyone places. The Olympics is just happening. This is so fitting.
Is it?
Well, hopefully in a couple of weeks it will be happening.
Whatever.
Anyway,
So Declan, I'm going to start with you. You're going to have to grab the bottles and go gold, silver, bronze. Try not to hit your mic.
Gold. This is definitely the best. I also like the little shovel on it.
So, yep.
Yep. This is going to go silver for me, and then bronze is James Squire.
I agree with Declan. I'd go the exact same. I think the New Zealand black was the tastiest. It also had the most going on. It was actually interesting. Whereas the Kozel, was just dark water. Really didn't have much in the way of flavour, and there's nothing that would make me want to go back to it. Whereas the James Squire,
Black, Jack of Spades.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, it didn't taste very nice. But I can't quite put my finger on what it was. I did not like the James Squire. So,
What's the name of the brewing company though?
Monteith.
Let's have a look and see if they have anything else.
Monteith or something.
Yeah, so that's the New Zealand beer. I thought we'd mention that. I thought I'd butcher the name, hence why I gave it to you.
Thank
so
you.
I'm a little bit different. So
You are always a little bit different.
I'm always a little bit special. Mama always said. So I'm gonna go with the Czech beer, the one with the big old goat on it. Not just because it's got a big old goat on it.
It's the water.
But I think the water has just enough flavour. Like it's got that little bit of dark roasted just as it leaves your mouth, and I think that's all I want from a dark beer. So
Just as it leaves your mouth?
as it leaves your mouth, you get a bit of
Oh
roast.
wait, is that water in there?
Where's it leaving your mouth? Yeah,
What
this
goes
is
down to
it.
my belly, douchebag? How do you swallow?
I thought you meant like it was coming out, like leaving your mouth.
Shut the fuck up.
What has more flavour, that water or what?
Okay, I'm gonna.
Hey, this is what I'm trying to avoid: shitting on dark beers.
Honestly could not tell you the
Couldn't
difference.
tell. Yeah, no, true. I just don't want to be in that situation. And then we're going to give it to the New Zealand Black, and then Jack of Spades again. This beer again does have its place. It's just not with us.
This place is in the bin.
No, it's bronze. Goes home with bronze. Very proud.
Yeah.
Comes home with bronze.
Billy, you're really bigging up the bronze. You got a few of those in your time.
Oh, I wish.
What?
Participation reward or certificate is what I'm used to.
This is fun.
Yeah, this was fun. It was surprisingly fun, to be honest. So it has been so great to do this fun little wacky little special with Bill. Thanks for bringing them all in. It's been great doing this. And if you like this, we got plenty more. Make sure you go back and watch. See ya.
See ya.
My camera died. See you guys. Imagine if it didn't save.